has a good headline in world's press. So they have to be careful, and we just warn them about the risks and perils in a war zone when you're fighting.
And a couple of days ago about the functioning of the Israeli government right now and whether or not it's doing enough for Israelis, many of whom are needing more support from the government. You raised the issue about public communications, care for evacuated citizens, need to help small and medium businesses who have had their owners or their workers called up as reservists, expanding financial protections for frontline residents and folks who are being called up to serve right now in the military. What is your assessment of how the government is doing right now?
Well, it's delicate and complicated at the same time. You don't want to be to criticize the government too much in a time of war. We are all united in the war effort. On the other hand, there is still a country that you have to run in the meantime, and there's no real textbook of how should an opposition leader or the opposition in general act during a wartime. So I'm supporting the government. I'm supporting, of course, the Israeli troops and our brave soldiers in this war. In the meantime, what we're trying to do is to make sure that the Israeli citizens are getting a better service from the government, even in a time of war. And on this, having not a critical voice, but the ability to criticize is important, and this is what we do. We are more than the thing we do is we're just pointing to the government the weak spots in the way the country is helping its citizens in a time of pain and sorrow and difficulty.
Have any of your suggestions been adopted at all by the government?
Yes, actually, yes. We have a dialogue with them. We are discussing this. I told them, I said, listen, we are in this together. It is not like this is not the usual coalition opposition time or stage. This is different. We have our areas of expertise. You have yours. Let's work together, and we are working together. And they took not everything, but enough to convince me in the goodwill. And we're going to keep on working together.
And last question for you, Prime Minister. What is your assessment of where the U.S. support for Israel stands right now? I mean, obviously, President Biden has been vocally and unwaveringly behind the state of Israel as it seeks to root out Hamas, defend itself from future attacks on its people. But we have heard, of a delay in this ground operation. How closely are the U.S. and Israel aligned right now, and is there any daylight between your government and President Biden?
Well, it's as close as it gets, and it's not only with the administration. It's
Good morning to you.